Hey there, folks. Welcome back to yet another episode of Kurn's Guild Spotlight. This is episode 35. Today's guild in the spotlight is Black Cell Faction. They are a horde guild on the US Crushridge server, and you can find them at blackcellfaction.guildlaunch.com. That's blackcellfaction.guildlaunch.com, and as always, there is a link for you to click on in the description below. So, who or what are the people of Black Cell Faction? Well, the guild is a 25-man heroic raiding guild. They are currently 8 of 13 hard modes. That means that they've killed Chinra, Corridon, Council, Tordos, Megara, Jikun, Iron Khan, and the Twin Consorts, all on heroic. What I thought was really interesting about this guild is that they were established in February of 2005, which is a long time ago, and they're still under the same leadership. I don't know about you, but a couple of years being a guild master, and I had more gray hair accumulated in that time than my prior 30 plus years. So props to them for maintaining their sanity, if not perhaps their natural hair color. What are they looking for? They want people who can really learn from their mistakes as they progress, which makes sense in a progression raiding guild. But let's talk about what nights they raid on. They raid on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 5 until 9 Pacific, which is server time. That's 8 until midnight Eastern. And what's really great about them is that they don't go beyond those hours unless there's a unanimous decision for one more pull, which is great. I mean, some people have work the next day, some people have other obligations, so that's really good to hear that they don't exceed those hours. 12 hours of raiding a week is, for me, actually a really good number of hours. I really like 12 hours, but obviously, they're strict about that, so that's pretty great. What are they looking for in terms of classes? Feral DPS Druid, Holy Paladin, Resto Shaman, of course, anyone else not surprised at all, DPS Warrior. And they also say that good, solid players are encouraged to apply, providing, of course, that they have stable internet connection and a computer. So not like my old computer, which had me running around at 4 frames per second. Boss mods, you have to be able to install and use boss mods. And, use consumables. So we're talking flasks, food, potions, etc. But probably most importantly is the ability to acknowledge and learn from your mistakes. Any raiding guild will basically say the same thing, but it's really great that Black Cell Faction is saying this, up front. They want you to know that they're going to notice when you make mistakes, and they want you to acknowledge it, and they want you to do better. I've always been a fan of that sort of policy myself. If you're, making mistakes, as long as you can fix them, that's okay that you've made them, but fix them. So learn from them and resolve those errors. So it looks like Black Cell Faction is on that same page. Let's talk a little bit about the Crushridge server, which was not one that I knew very much about. It's a PvP PST server with about 56,000 characters, so not all that many characters. Not low pop, but stretching to say mid pop. 29,000 Alliance and 27,000 Horde. So even though Black Cell Faction is a Horde guild, you're not really going to be totally outnumbered by the Alliance. Still, because it is a PvP server, you might want to make friends before you go out there in the world. In terms of raiding, it's not a really active server. There's only 19 guilds currently raiding tier 15 content. Only 19. It makes me sad. 9 guilds of the 19, though, are in heroic tier 15, which is a really good percentage. That's almost half. And Black Cell Faction, shockingly, or not shockingly, as the case may be, is the server first guild. They also seem to be the only 25-man guild. There's another guild in the rankings who've only gone 4 of 12 normal, who got a few kills on 25-man, but have more recently killed things on 10-man. So looks like Black Cell Faction is the only 25-man guild on the server. So they are looking for healers, Holy Pallies, Resto Shaman, should app, DPS, particularly Feral Druids and DPS Warriors, but really solid players who can acknowledge and learn from their mistakes. If you can do that, they are probably interested in you. So please do check them out at blackcellfaction.guildlaunch.com. Remember, this is a guild that has been around forever. It's the same leadership since 2005. I don't know about you, but that just kind of blows me away. So that's an amazing thing to be able to say. Same leadership since 2005. And they're obviously doing quite well for themselves at 8 of 13 hard modes. So do check them out, blackselfaction.guildlaunch.com. That'll do it for today's episode of Kurn's Guild Spotlight. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at kurnmogh, that's at KURNMOGH. You can check out my blog at kern.apotheosis-now.com, and please do check out my forthcoming guide site over at kurn.info, where you can learn all kinds of stuff about how to run a guild. All right, thanks so much for watching, and we will catch you back here tomorrow for yet another episode of Kurn's Guild Spotlight.